I have an empty desk here because my tree that I just finished is right there. I just painted the edges. I didn't do the best job in the world. You can still see through it, but I don't care because nobody's gonna go that close to it because nobody comes into my craft room. So that's 3 on my wall. I bought 2 more today. I bought at Hobby Lobby. They are selling them. They're having a 40% off sale. So I got 2 diamond dots, 1 tiny itty bitty baby. So this was $10.99 and they sold it for like $6.79 or something. And this one was $15.99 and they sold it for $11, I want to say. No, $9. One was in the $6 range and one was in the $9 range. So, succulents. That's what it'll look like. It looks like a partial. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so it's a partial. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. What is this? Oh, this is a partial also. Well, that makes me sad. I wanted to do all the blue. Oh well. 40% off. I can't complain too much. Yeah, all right. Well, I think enough with the smalls. I think I should whip out a Diamond Art Club. Wait, first of all, do I own a Diamond Art Club? I do. I own one. That is gigantic. Do I have a smaller one? Nope. What's that? That is a poster of my dog. Really, that's all I have for pre-made kits. I have my Italian, those. I guess I have all of these, but these are budget kits. Well, what do I want to make? Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, I think in the, I don't know how I want to work these. See, these could be for the summertime. Because that looks like a summertime. But these are so adorable. I want to smack them in the face. I could give that kitten to one of my nieces. Well, I only have one niece. Kinda, you know what? I'm gonna do Holly Hobby. Is this my Holly Hobby? Who are you? That looks like Holly Hobby. Correct? Correct. Let's see. Well, whatever this is, I'm gonna do it. I don't think it is Holly Hobby. Okay, so there's... Oh, it's her! It's me walking to my craft room. I can do that. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, let's have a seat. That is not gonna look too great, but I'll hang it far up. I'll hang it so I can't see it closely, so I won't see how pixelated it is. My hair looks weird. Okay, well, let me prepare. This is, I'm cleaning up paint from painting my tree canvas. The edges. Oh no, Ruger's here. Ruger has autoimmune disease and his hair is falling off his face. He is currently on a ton of steroids. So he not feeling too good. He still looks handsome. But he's not feeling too good. He's not feeling his best. Yeah, he has bald spots on his head. And his hair looks like, yeah. It's not good. It's not good. You still look handsomest. You did the handsomest one. I ever saw. You know what I did a few days ago with my tree painting? I put the plastic on wrong side down, and I thought I was going to have to throw the whole thing away. Apparently, with this plastic stuff, there is a wrong side. I did not know that. So that's the good side. Yeah. Accidentally flipped this plastic stuff over. You'll regret it. So just letting you know, the plastic is not just plastic around here. Okay. Now, I do like these colors. But it's back to the exact palette. Oh, there are lots of more blues in here. Yes. As I showed you before, the painting area, it looks great. Very clear and concise. Concisely. Yep. I am excited about this young lady. You know what? For all that blue here, that's all the blue. I just spit. That's all the blue. I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay. I guess they're considering that a blue. And that is a weird blue. I accept that. What other choice do I have? Okay, well, these are all, let me get my Leatherman. I had to use this today on my pen to, what? What am I doing? There we go. My pen, which is right here, the wax was coming down the inside of the pen because there's a tiny little pinhole in there. So the wax was coming down, and it was coming down into the actual pen. So I had to use my Leatherman, which I've never used before in my whole life. I've had one before. I bought one for about $30 back in the 90s. And I think this was more expensive. My one in the 90s was stolen out of my car. I never even used it. It had the leather case and everything. I think this one did too. But, yeah. If you don't know what a Leatherman is, it's an all-inclusive kit. So there are drill bits in there, screwdrivers, flatheads, Phillips can opener, scissors, pliers, a knife, all sorts of things are in there. So I just used that to pull out the head and scoop out all the old yucky wax, which I find myself being cheap with my wax. Are you guys being cheap with your wax? I find myself cutting off my own head. Okay. Taking out the wax, reballing it, and putting it back in instead of just taking out the wax when it's unwaxy and just throwing it away. I have a ton. This wax right here, has done 3 paintings already. That's done 3 paintings. Oh, and my it's also done my skeleton, my skull painting that is in the, which is a giant one. So it's done half of that and 2 smalls and a medium. So why am I so cheap with this? I need to stop doing that. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I think I'm just gonna throw them away when I get a collection, I guess. I was gonna keep the boats, but I never have more than one color out at the same time anyway, because I will, well, I could. You know what I could do? I could get my boats and I could like empty out a 934 into the boat and then put the bag at the bottom of the boat standing up so I can see what color it is for like the large sets. Oh, these are squares. Am I looking at that right? Yeah, these are squares. Oh, little square action. I just finished a round, so that's different. Okay. Yesterday I made Big CD for dinner. I'm already dumping drills all over the place. Oh my Lord. Girl, you know it's true. You can't figure this out. You can't handle 2 boats. Don't be a fool. All right, so there's that. Put that in there. Okay. And then number 310. My husband is at work, and we kind of had a small little powwow this weekend. He claiming that I'm not pulling my weight since I'm not working, which is not true at all. I wrote a list, everything I do around here, and he backed off. But he had he had 3 little issues, 3 little things for me to put on my list. So I put them on my list, and then he ended up doing one of them. So, there's pick up the dog poop, which I do every single Sunday. He wants me to landscape the front and backyard, which is fine with me, but I'm afraid of bees. So if there are bees around, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to die. And so we bought me all the gear to do landscape the front yard. I said I would. It's only like front and backyard. It's only like once a month I would need to do that. So who cares? And he ended up doing it himself while I was at the store. So I don't. And looking at his handiwork right now out the window, he did a crappy job. So maybe I should take that over permanently. So, 310. What number is that? Okay, squash. 310 is W. Let's get some W's on there. Oh, I remember I don't like squares. I don't like squares because they can go sideways. Oh, look, trash already. So soon. W. My stock market, my stocks crashed. Not too thrilled about that. But that's fine because they always go up. And since I'm not working, I don't have the funds to just buy like Warren Buffett does. I should be buying on the crash, but I'm not playing right now. Right now I am in hold mode. I do love buy mode though. I love buying stocks. I love it so much. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to prepare my canvas. Get out of there. All right, how thick is the... Okay, so it's not that thick. Ooh, it is... No, it's about... Let's see. Let's see. It acts like it's so tough, but it doesn't stick to anything, but it's hard to tear. Oh, it's still... I need the thicker... There we go. Pull out the butterfly. Butterflies. Oh, guess what, you guys? I like scary movies and stuff. So I watched the show called From. Like, where are you from? And it is on Amazon Prime right now. There are 2 seasons. But only season 1 is available. Season 2 is available if you subscribe to MGM Plus, which I'm not doing that. I have Amazon Prime, which is like $150 a year or something. And we have Netflix Prime Premium. And I think that is, plus DirecTV. So I'm not willing to buy all these stupid apps to watch all these movies. But I do have to rent Scream 6. And then once all the Screams are done, I'm going to buy the whole series. Because that is my favorite horror series in the whole wide world. I love Ghostface so much. I love Ghostface because Ghostface could be anyone and everyone. I love him. Or her. I love it. Not the ghost, not this clown. The show, the book did not scare me. Clowns don't scare me. You know what scares me? The people that dress up like clowns. So it's not clowns. Like clown, I could have a clown doll on a stormy night at the foot of my bed, like in Poltergeist. And it's not going to bother me. But if some creepy John Wayne Gacy dude comes into my house dressed like a clown, I'm going to have a problem with that. Oh. Can I see this at all? I cannot. I'm sorry for the glare. The glare has got to be terrible. But you're not here to look into my eyes, are you? Are you here to look into my eyes? Well. But if you have MGM Prime and... Wait, MGM Plus, From is very good. Now, what I did finish the whole season 1 of From on Amazon Prime because... And I also wrote it down so that if I see season 2 become available for free on Amazon in some distant future, I will remember that I need to see season 2. So I do that, and hopefully that'll work out well. And I'm sure there'll be I just want to know what happens. I don't care about each storyline and stuff. I want to know what the deal is and is there a resolution. That's all I want to know. That's all I care about. That is it. And Yeah, I don't like squares. You have to focus too much on getting it straight and lined up properly. Not a fan of that. Rounds are like, go be yourself. Go, you do you, boo. My Vegas Golden Knights made it to the Stanley Cup final. We are playing the Florida Panthers. And whoever wins best out of 7 in the next 7 games starting, I think, Wednesday. Starting tomorrow? No. Maybe starting Saturday, I think. Yeah, because we might go to the game. I want to wait to see. I don't think that helicopter needs to be this close to my house. Do you really need to be that close to my house? Unless they're looking for one of my neighbors. I have pretty good neighbors. I doubt they're looking for one of my neighbors. We think one of our neighbors is one of the Raiders football. He's got a Lamborghini, Lamborghini SUV, and I think a Porsche, a Range Rover. I think that's it. And they all have Raiders plates on them. And he's like the nicest guy in the world. But Mark is afraid to talk to him. Mark is shy. Because the guy waves and everybody walks by. He's not just like, he's like, hey, like, hi, to everybody that drives by. And Mark is shy. Mark wants to know who he is and how he got all his money, because Mark wants a Lamborghini SUV also. We're both very curious how people got rich. That is so weird, because I've also, like, growing up, I grew up here in Las Vegas. Dude, this is tripping me out. Is that a police helicopter hovering over my house? Oh my god. What are you guys doing? Oh no. They're circling my neighborhood. That's not good. Okay, let me tell you about my neighborhood. There was a murder here on Saturday. Not in my community, but 3 miles away from my house. A double murder. And there have been more and more murders. And they're claiming they're all murder-suicides. We don't have any murderers on the loose. But check yourself. There's always a murderer on the loose. There's always a killer on the loose, whether we know it or not. So, I am not feeling good that this dude is circling my neighborhood. Who got killed now? Oh. Here he comes again. Now I have to check out everybody that drives down my street in case they look suspicious, in case they look scared. More trash. And you know what? If someone comes banging on my window, my gun is far away. I should carry like a gun purse with me all around the house, because I'm alone all day. I mean, I live with a wrestling team, so they're always here all the time. You know, the police helicopter, it makes me nervous because I don't, like, you don't know what's going to happen. They could lose control over the thing. I don't want a helicopter hanging out over my house. I don't care if they're hanging over my house to Can you guys hear that? Gosh, I'm freaked out right now. Oh, so now that I'm finally quiet, we were thinking about moving to Georgia, to out in the boondocks, and I want to get away from the crime here in Las Vegas because it's pretty terrible, and I want to live out in the countryside where we can have 5 dogs and goats and pigs and chickens and do whatever we want. And we can let our dogs run down by the creek and all that. But I also think about the movie The Strangers. And that's loosely based on a true story. And I don't want to know what true story, because guess what? Because I don't want to know how true it is. So in my head, I like to think that the movie is based on people that broke into someone's house and killed other people. But I don't want to believe that the killers were never caught, as the movie suggests. So I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's scary. Everything's so scary. But also, having a house in the countryside out in Georgia, I would be able to sit on my porch with a shotgun and some sweet tea. And that sounds fun to me. So I would wear... I can hear Ruger's tummy rumbling all the way out here. He's on the steroids, so he's very ferocious lately. He's starving all the time, no matter how much. And you would want to feed him more because he's so hungry, but I'm not falling for that because he's still moving the same amount. So it's not like he's doing laps around the neighborhood and needs extra food. He's still just laying around, so I'm not giving him all the extra fat and calories just because he's feeling some type of way because of the steroids. I'm not falling for it, kid. So what I did do is I cut up some carrots and some celery, and I have some rice cakes, and he loves all of the above. So when he's nagging at me for a snack, I give him some of all of that. So there's no food, no fat, no cholesterol, just a little bit of a little something for his growly belly. And that is that. I'm very excited about this. I wish they had this in a bigger... Let's see. Do these ever say like how many drills are on the actual canvas? I would like to know. Because like this doesn't look like it has as many drills as the other 30x40 I just completed. That one looked like it had more. But maybe it looks like it had more because they were darker colors. What? And that's all I have to say about that. So I made baked ziti yesterday, and we're going to have that as leftovers for today, and some salad. And I made meatballs for flavor. I don't eat meatballs. I do not eat ground beef. It grosses me out. I don't know. I can eat a steak, but I cannot eat ground beef, even if I grind it up myself. Nope, not doing it. I don't know why. It grosses me out so much. And I stopped eating ground beef, like in hamburgers. I went about 8 years without eating an actual hamburger until Impossible Burgers became a thing in restaurants. I gained about 15 pounds when Impossible Burgers were introduced into restaurants. And because until then, I was eating, if any restaurant had salmon or fish, I was eating the fish. Sometimes chicken Alfredo, but mostly fish or shrimp. And then Impossible Burgers came along, and if there's an Impossible Burger, I don't care if it's a 12-star restaurant, I'm having an Impossible Burger. I don't care if they are known for their golden salmon stuffed with cotton candy, I'm having an Impossible Burger. Even though salmon stuffed with cotton candy sounds amazing. Impossible Burgers all the way for me. And it's to make up for all those years. Plus, they're so good. All those years that I wasn't able to have burgers. I can have Burger King. I didn't go all those years. I wasn't going to Carl's Jr. or Hardee's or Burger King. I still can only have the filet of fish at McDonald's, so I can go there for that. But the other places, I couldn't go anywhere because all they have are the beef burgers, and the chicken is disgusting. But and I don't like anybody's fish except for McDonald's. So yeah, you give me an Impossible Burger, and I'm gonna eat that any day of the week, as many times a day or week I can get it into my belly. I love Impossible Burgers so much that I buy the Impossible meat and I make White Castle burgers at my house. And that is easy. You just saute some, or steam in water, some onions, I use white onions, and I caramelize them. And then I get the patties. I just put a little salt, pepper, garlic, and I steam them in the frying pan. Instead of oil, you just put water, and you just keep an eye on it. And then I flip it and put the cheese on top, and that's it. So 3 minutes on each side, and that is my Impossible. And I also steam the bun, and then you throw the onions on the burger. I also put raw onions into the meat mix with the salt, pepper, garlic, and raw onion. And then there's a little chunk of onion in the burger itself and on top. So I love cooking lately. I don't know why. And that's why I've gained 15 pounds. So I gained a lot of weight, and I don't even care. I gained so much weight that I am on cholesterol pills because my cholesterol is super high. It's supposed to be like 50 to 100 or something, and mine is 140. And so, ta-da. And I've tried to curb my fat intake, but it's very hard because on the weekends, Mark he will not eat anything I present to him. He only wants to go eat out at a restaurant or fast food for all meals, and it's a big problem if I don't want to. So it's easier than him not eating what I give him and just eating like complete junk, which I shouldn't care. He's a grown adult. Wow, oh, it's a cat. It's a little kitty cat. It's a meow meow. It's a meow meow. I'm tired of putting that cat together. Ugh. I'm listening. I woke up this morning and I saw that T-Rev did a 4-hour-long call-in show last night on YouTube. And I missed it. So I was trying to watch it today. I think I got 2 or 3 hours in while I was finishing my diamond painting of my tree. And then he reminded all of us that he has a second channel. And on the second channel, he had done a 6 or 9 hour show. His second channel is more spiritual, like not praying, the opposite. Like spirit boxes and things like that. I think they said they were playing a video game last night of H.H. Holmes or something. I don't know, but I need to go find his second channel and see what that's all about. Because H.H. Holmes is some sick son of a bitch. And I want to know. But also with H.H. Holmes, it has come out recently that most of his murders are lies. Like people were poisoned, but that's because there was asbestos in the house, or lead paint, you know, things like that. But so you can either believe all the storytellings for the past 100 years, or you can believe the people coming out recently saying it was all a hoax. It's all a lie. Only some people were murdered outright. Well, some people is a lot of people for a person to murder. So, I need to know more. So, I need to find his other channel and see what in tarnation. Alright, so it's very windy out here. Maybe that's why the police chopper went away. It's super windy. Okay. Alright, 310 is done. Alright. Well, that little bag is done. 934 is R. I have some R's right here. I think maybe for this one, I'll just do 3 little bags a day and do that. Whether it's 3 bags of the same color or 3 bags of different colors. I think that's it. Because that's a lot of coverage, right? I just finished 1 full bag. Well, I'm not doing so bad on this one. Keeping everything straight. Maybe because I'm not watching TV. I'm actually watching what I'm doing. I am currently working on making a poncho in the Italian flag colors. The yarn is from Hobby, Hobbii, in Sweden or wherever they're from. They have Twister Nations or something like that. I bought the Washington, D.C. for USA, Rome for Italy, and they didn't have Ireland. I thought I bought 3 countries. No, I think I just bought a different color. So I definitely got USA and Italy. So I'm making a poncho, and if it turns out cute, I'm gonna make one for my son's mother-in-law, because we are planning on going to Italy with them not my son and my daughter-in-law. We're going with my daughter-in-law's parents, not our kids. If they have the time off of work and can afford it, they are more than welcome to come with us. But for right now, it's just us adults. And so if this poncho comes out cute, I'll make one for Miss Anna. And if it comes out stupid, I will not make one for Anna. I will make something different, like a shirt. One of those cute little shirts with the V-stitch. I made a Halloween-inspired, Halloween colored shirt using Haunted House colorway from Hobby. So that is a cool shirt. One of my favorite shirts in my closet. And I am trying to make all my own long sleeve shirts now. Yeah. My goal is to have only wear clothing that I make. And like I have a shirt that goes over this. I have a crochet shirt that goes over this. So technically I'm wearing an undershirt, but not because I have an undershirt for the undershirt. So that just makes it a shirt. What am I doing? Am I what? 9:34. Okay. And I think that is about it. I have been diamond painting literally all day, and I think I should be doing other things, like being an adult. Should be adulting right now. Okay, let me finish this row. Oh gosh. Oh, I found out a friend of the family, my ex-brother-in-law's mom has a tumor in her brain. And that makes me sad. She's a lovely lady. Lovely, lovely lady. And it's very strange because she usually posts stuff on my Facebook every day. Anything she sees about dogs or yarn, she posts on my Facebook. And she hasn't posted in months. And that is why she's been struggling with things. And I only found out about this today, this morning. There's nothing I can do about it. It would be strange of me to go over to my sister's ex-husband's house and take care of his mother. That would be weird. Or I could look at it like I would be hanging out with my niece and nephew's grandmother. I don't know. I'm over here doing this. I could be making sure that she's okay over there. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Weird and uncomfortable. Let's hope everything turns out okay. I will just pray for her. Yep. There we go. I just want to finish this bottom row. I'm lying. I was finished with this bottom row of this color, but I decided to keep going instead of stopping. I think there's like, I have to clean something. Oh, I have to put our clothes in the dryer. I have to dry the clothes. Then I have to fold and put away the clothes. I keep thinking about that stupid show From. And it's making me mad that I can't watch this second season. And it's for that reason that I will never even consider subscribing to MGM Plus. Nope. How much do they expect us to pay to watch things we want to see. Like $10 a month here, $10 there, $10 there. It'll end up being like $1,200 a year to watch stuff when you could just watch it for free when it comes out on TV or wherever it comes out. Okay, so I did the first and second row of R's, and I want to, there's only seven in the third row. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at not doing stuff. Well, except for cleaning. I'm very good at not cleaning. But I didn't get to diamond paint all weekend for the 3-day weekend because my husband took Friday off. So I was able to do a little bit while he was working, but it's not like he says, "You're not allowed to do that." He comes in and wanders around my craft room and asks a lot of questions and wants to know why I have so much yarn and wants to know what the point of this is and blah, blah, blah. And shouldn't you be working instead of doing this all day? So yeah, when he's home, I just don't. I try not to diamond paint. I don't want him in here. I don't want him in here. Picking apart my life. I've done everything he's ever asked me to do. And nothing's good enough. So I've just come to that conclusion. I've accepted that nothing is good enough. Silent Night is awesome. Y'all need to watch that if you have Amazon Prime or see it anywhere else. It is awesome. Oh, no, Violent Night. What is this? Okay, I'm just going to do this little section of R right here. There's about 30. This is so addicting. I can't stop. I tried to get my husband to do one of these, and he won't even entertain the thought of it. He doesn't do any hobbies, nothing, not even whittling sticks. I've tried to get him to get a hobby, so he'll back off mine. Because if I could get him to do something and he's like spending thousands of dollars, like buying tools or whatever he needs for his stupid hobby, going to conventions, then that would justify my constant flow of diamond paintings into my house and hiding them everywhere. Well, so far I have enough hiding spaces for them in my craft room, and the more yarn I use, the more space I will have in my cubbies and stuff. And the space, like I could take stuff out of other places and hide the diamond paintings in the other places. It's all about strategic hiding. Oh, almost done. Boop. Perfect. Okay. Well, what is that? Oh, wait, there's a W. Nope, I don't have a W. W310. Oh, okay. So that is that, and that is that. All right. Well, that's how much we've gotten done. We got the little kitty cat and whatever all this is down here. So we didn't get the whole cat done because I got bored working with 310. So, what is wrong with me? Oh, I didn't get bored working with 310. I ran out of it in my boat. So, it's just right there. I could have refilled it easily, but I don't know. You were there. You were right there with me, so I don't know. Okay, well, I'm going to go, and I don't even know what time it is. It's 3:12. I've been diamond painting. It's Amazon. Bye. I haven't bought anything from Amazon in forever. I need to look up books. I need to buy some books right now. I don't. I'm gonna go read a book. All right, I'm gonna go and read or something. So thank you for watching. Have a wonderful everything, and perhaps I will see you on another day. Bye.